DX is becoming the objectives.
Yeah.
Itself that it's goal, but not is a goal. The goal should be solving some problems of the people, or sometimes solving the problem of your customers.
I would like to welcome our new guest here, Ryosuke Akiyoshi, who is Head of Public Innovation Lab at EY. So, Roy, thank you for coming and for taking time to speak with me about what's becoming really a big buzzword, digital transformation, especially digital transformation in Japan. So, please, can you introduce yourself a little bit so that our audience can know who you are?
Okay. Thanks for inviting me, and I'm very happy to be here with you. And quick my introductions. I just started my careers at Japanese Sogo Shosha. It's very difficult for foreigners to understand the business, but mainly the trading and investment in the wide variety of the industry, like energy, food, transportation, information, and the materials.
Oh.
And I had a lot of projects in the business development, mainly in the chemical business industries. And after that, last couple of years, I was engaged in the new incubation program in-house in the companies, global basis. And I learned a lot of things about, including the DX, how we can incubate new business by using the advanced technologies, information technology, of course digital, and sometimes using the very analog as ones.
I see. So you were actually experiencing, going from analog hardware type of business when it's chemical industry, and then transforming to digital transformation, being part of, I would say, this digital revolution that is going on. So in that sense, I wanted to ask, digital transformation is becoming this really a big buzzword in contemporary, and one of the things that I don't know if anybody can really define what it is. It's so broad term, but from somebody who is doing that, how would you define digital transformation?
Okay. While many people are talking about the DX, and as you mentioned that there are many of the definitions or concept about the DX, but for me it is kind of the tool or methodologies to expedite the business, existing business and operations more efficiencies or productivities. But more than that, for me, it is very important to DX is as a tool to create a new values or add values in the existing business, because sometimes, especially in the Japanese companies or including the public sectors, DX is becoming the objectives.
Yeah.
Itself that it's goal, but not is a goal. The goal should be solving some problems of the people, or sometimes solving the problem of the your customers. But in Japan, for those very buzzwords or widely discussing in the DX is the misleading.
I see.
The people or misleading the companies. Why DX?
I see.
That's more important.
So in that case, is there any difference between, DX when it comes to, changing businesses on one side, and DX, what you mentioned with local governments or government in special, like as you mentioned, on one side there is objective, it's considered as objective, but how it's considered for businesses and vice versa, local governments, like how they perceive DX?
Yeah, I think there are a couple of the common meaning both for the public sector and the private sectors in the DX. There are very same challenge for them. They need to understand the purpose of the DX, and they need to understand technology of the DX. This is a common challenge for both sides. But for public sector, including the local government, they need to take care of a lot of regulations or restrictions, like privacy policies and data management, because local government has a lot of stakeholders. They have people for the local government, the employees of the local government, and they have the residents within the local areas, and they need to have a lot of government people in the central government people who need to collaborate with. So for me, the local government has a lot of the coordinations and the negotiations about the DX challenge. It will be maybe takes time more than the private sectors.
I see. I mean, so decision-making time with the private businesses, we need to transform and fast so that our business becomes more successful and better in a short period of time. While on the other side, it's approval process that takes time to see how it will actually affect the living conditions of people. So having said that, globally, Japan has been perceived as a country of high technology, of robotics, and advanced in any sense. Having said that, what do you think, where Japan lies with digital transformation compared to US, Europe, even China? Because I don't know whether we are ahead or we are behind or we are right on a track. So I would like to hear what you mean, think about that actually.
Okay. As mentioned in the several international statistics, Japan is far behind.
Really?
Yeah, among the other countries, including China or even those other Asian countries. But this year's the Japanese cabinet decided to establish the Japan Digital Agency, which is responsible for the accelerating the Japanese government's digitalizations in DX. I think that will help a lot of government people to enjoy the benefit of the DX. But I am skeptical about the local government. There are no enough the human resource, or there are no human capabilities or budget. So that might be the hurdle for the local government to promote the DX.
I see. So that is, I have to say that might be surprise compared to perception of Japan. And when it comes to local government, you mentioned lack of those talents to solve the problem and being literally educated about digital transformation. So on one side, I understand fully what you mean by it, because I don't know if our audience knows, but Japan is a country of hankos, like stamps. Till recently, we need to stamp everything from going to bank or getting some documents. We need to use that instead of signature, and due to pandemic, that has changed. So, what do you think in that sense? Did this pandemic? I know this is aspect of something negative globally, but did it help at least expedite the digital transformation with Japanese society?
Yeah, I agree that basically the COVID-19 changes the situation in Japan dramatically. Not only the paperless, but other type of how we work or how we collaborate with the team. So that will apply to us as well to the government people. So we expect DX will be accelerated with the COVID and Japan digital agency to the certain level. But more than that, we need to think about how we can utilize those DX to create the new values with your business or with your operations. That's another second challenge.
I see. So first one would be that talent. Second one is value. Is there any additional challenge that you can see moving from analog to digital world, basically?
I think another one is the mindset of the people. There are a lot of customs or rules for the operations, day-to-day operations for the governments, but sometimes they don't know why. So they just follow the past customs or past rules, but once you realize there's no rule, or it's just a custom, you can change your process.
Can you give us some example?
Yeah. Basically, there are a lot of people in the government who are trying to start working from home.
I see.
Before that, everyone has a mind. They need to go to the office and see the people and have a face-to-face communication with other staff or sometimes with residents. But once you start working from home, it will work. So you can start, I think not all people, but some people that start to change the way they work.
I see. So are there any other initiatives like governments? Like there are many initiatives that have been started since 2020, but can you name some of them that government started so that they can change society as we know it, basically?
The central government started the Super City initiative, as you know. They are starting the proposal process to choose 5 cities to keep subsidiaries or to give some other support for the government. And also the local governments, many local governments starting the initiative for the smart city and the super cities to implement new technology into the public service or other local healthcare service or transportation service to enhance the quality of the people.
I see. Yeah. Just to remind, Japanese government enacted bill last May 2020, Super City bill that is actually promoting and having funds for local development and local digital transformation. So in spite of all of that, I guess that was a call for many also businesses and consulting companies to enter this train and jump on the mission of helping Japan digitally transform. So what do you think in that regard? I guess EY as one of the most prominent consulting companies globally, I guess they have also their agenda that they want to promote, as well as they closely work with all these local governments from financial aspects. So as a head of Public Innovation Lab, can you tell us what's your mission, how you plan to help and be involved in these public-private partnerships, let's call it like that?
Okay. Basically our mission is to create a new product and service and a business, mainly in the public sectors, but always they're relating to the private sectors. So there should be some strong collaborations between the public and the private. So we like to propose kind of the new collaborations between the public and the private. So we will find the issues, what the real issue is, and then we will create the prototype which solves the problem, and finally we develop the products, mainly the digital products and service for the launch to the market. And then once we launch our product and service, then we can start to monetize. So this is very, I think, the unique and the first challenge in Japan, especially in the public sectors. So, firstly, we try to find the issues not only in the smart city or smart city areas. These are very important agenda for us, but not only the smart cities, super cities. There will be very local issues the local government has that is not clear when you look at the government in Tokyo, from Tokyo. When you go to the local government and local areas, you should find another issues. So you need to solve these issues by creating the new business.
Yeah. Can you share some of the examples with us? Like, I know one of the projects is with Osaka, currently in the local government in Osaka, but yeah, please tell us about that and some others so that I would say everyone can understand what is the level of magnitude actually that you are helping others in solving their problems.
Yeah, one of the major areas we are focusing on is to solve the issues for the senior people, especially the elderly people. I think that's relating to the healthcare, the transportations, the many areas. But now we are looking for the any new potential to create a new business for the new type of the senior people who has some understanding and knowledge about the digital service. It is very difficult to create some digital service for the higher elderly people, like later 70s or 80s, who didn't have any experience to using the digital service like a smartphone, laptop. But under the 60s, they have some experience who work at the office and using the laptop or PC or smartphone or whatever.
They are actually, I heard, they are called silver surfers, those that are 50s and 60s. Okay, so they are able to actually utilize all the digital tools that you are having, but those above 70. So how you are solving that problem, communication and helping elderly and those in their pre-elderly stage, I would say.
I think it is important to involve the both generations. The 60s people has very supportive to help the 70s or 80s. So if we can succeed in creating the communities among those senior generations, I think that they help each other. Thus, there should be some new business opportunities to help them to create these new communities by using the digital tool and analog basis, the communications.
I see.
That'll be new project for us.
Okay, and any existing projects that is already in place that you can share with us details about it? I think that's what everyone would like to hear.
This is totally different type of project. The first project was the collaboration with startup to launch COVID testing service for the B2C areas. Last December, we launched the Ekimae Kenso service. Like you can receive the test in front of the very big stations, like Tokyo stations. So we collaborate with startup who has the technology for the test of the COVID-19. And in last year, as you know, the test was very expensive. You need to pay the 20 or 30,000 Japanese yen for just one test.
Wow!
And by utilizing the technology of our partners, we provide around 2,000 Japanese yen for one test. It's almost 1/10 is the cost, the price.
I saw that recently happening. That at the beginning of pandemic, it was, I remember, even 30,000-40,000, and then you need to sign up several weeks up front in order to get tested for travel purposes.
Yeah.
But recently I saw that, so I didn't know actually that you were involved in leading that project as well. So thank you for that.
Testing was still very important for societies to continue the economic and the social activities under the safe environments. So tests provide the people for the safeties, sense of the safeties. But without a test, they cannot comfortable to go out from your home. So,
What are the projects?
Another project is ongoing project. I cannot disclose the detail, but we just start a new collaboration with a startup which has image analysis technologies to keep the local government infrastructure safe, like roads or waters or electricity. The local government has to take care of the life insurance. So I'm going to plan to create new service to monitors or to check the safetiness of those infrastructures.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe people don't know, but you and I, we have been recently cooperating on several opportunities together, and I have been closely involved with what Public Innovation Lab at EY is trying to accomplish. And I have to say, I feel sense of pride as well as glad that at least I can observe how you are transforming and helping Japanese society, especially on the local level. So on that note, I can't wait to see what will happen in next 3 to 5 years. So do you have any plan, or what do you have in mind? Like, what do you want to accomplish basically with all of this?
Yeah, basically we are aiming at launching the many products in the public sectors. And each product and service should be very important for us. We need to make those projects and the product financially viable. And we need to promote these new service in Japan. And sometimes we need to consider to launch in the other foreign countries. And through these activities, we like to show some impact in the world. This is a new type of the business to solve the social problems. Like EY, we have a global network, and we have a lot of expertise and knowledge about public sectors. So combining these knowledge and strengths, I believe that we can launch the new business and new service to the local government. And this is a new type of the collaboration with public and the private. That's our first visions within the 3 or 5 years to achieve.
I see. So I guess on that regard, you will need to expand as well, your team, your department, and so on. So if I was a person, for example, that is looking to join EY or your mission, so what kind of person I should be? Like, why did you join EY in the first place?
For me, I like to use my past experience to start a new project in the public sectors. So for me, it was very tough challenge in last 2 years. But after that, thanks to your companies, we could hire the variety of talents. I think it is important diversity of the talents and expertise, and we need designers, engineers, and also the marketers, other staff, basically who are mainly interested in the contributing to the societies by solving the problems, the real problems, and to help the people, the government, and residents, the both, to make the world the better than ever through our business.
Yeah.
So the first point we want the people to join our team is to have the missions to emphasis about our missions.
Definitely. One thing that actually you mentioned me and it's stuck in my mind, that was you said, I want people that are passionate about solving those problems. I want somebody who comes in, who has willingness, and comparing to many other professionals that I have worked with, what I have been fascinated with is your ability, actually in the first interview, what you have been doing with all the candidates that we introduced, you mentioned, I will explain him everything about EY Public Innovation Lab first time we talk. Then if they like it, then let's talk about how they can help us. It's totally opposite with compared to anyone else when they want first to ask person everything about their career and passes on. I think this is what attracts certain type of people who are there to have those challenges. So having said that, like I am interested to know how many projects like in a year you would have, how long they are, how diverse they would be in a sense.
Yeah, for me, I would like to incubate as many as projects we can. But we need the partner from the local governments. It depends on the governments. Sometimes we can find a good partner in the local government, but it will take time to develop those collaborations. So I think it depends. The number of the project, it totally depends on how many good partners we can find. So, but around in year, I like to have a project like 10 or 20. In terms of the portfolios, not all the projects are going to the launch. Some projects to be holded. So we need to manage the portfolio of the projects, and of course the type of the project and the areas of the project. So we will look for the people who are interested in these type of the new project, and also who are capable to incubate these new projects as well. Even though you are designers, I think you can do something to find the new opportunities through your perspective of experience of designers and engineers as well.
So how are you coming to creation of those projects? I mean, on one side we have, if you're talking about Super City or any other project, you have transportation, transformation of digital transportation, smart transportation, fast reaction to also a lot of social problems, as well as less costly, like this COVID project that you had, as well as IoT devices. Now we have a lot of those that can be integrated to solve a lot of problems when it comes to the people's private lives as well. And as we know, we are becoming elderly population and elderly country. Having said that, in order to help young people not to take care of us who are getting older, what do you think? How you are coming with those projects? Am I as a startup coming to you asking for your help, or am I as a local government coming to you, or you are on your own coming up with the project ideas?
I think there are many opportunities to start a project. So sometimes, we meet the startup who has unique technologies, and sometimes we have some existing relations of the EY with the local government, and through those communications, we'll find new opportunities for the project. And in addition to the existing relations, we have a relation with Osaka prefectures. They are very supportive for us to find good programs, good partners within the Osaka prefecture. There are 43 local governments in Osaka prefecture. Nice. So we already have starting the communication with many people in these Osaka prefectures.
Okay.
That's another source for new project.
I see. So that, you know, when we are talking about all those projects, I guess you're pretty busy, and as you told me, you are traveling to Osaka quite often. Are you more in Osaka or in Tokyo?
Not only in Osaka. We have to find another opportunities in the Tokyo or other areas. But whenever we start the projects, our goal is to expand our service in the whole Japan's.
I see.
So not only the Osaka, we are glad to find a new project in other prefectures or other local governments.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, you know, Japan has been known, and this is one of, I guess, my final question. Japan has been known as one of the most advanced societies globally when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to democracy, when it comes to many different aspects. But we are behind when it comes to digital transformation. So I would like to end this conversation on a note like how you think we can expedite this, how we can become ahead of all others again and be among the best when it comes to being digitally literal society as well.
Yeah, I think there are many things to be implemented for the DX accelerations, and as we said, we need the people who have the knowledge and experience of the DX, and also the mindset, and also the cultures, how we work or how we do our business or job. So many things are internally connected for the DX, but for Japan's, many people are talking about Japan is not good. Japan is a lot of the problems, like more to say the negative side they have to focusing on. But not only the negative side, but we have our own strengths for Japanese government, the Japanese people. So I personally like to focus on more positive side of Japanese people. And also we have to talk about how we can use our creativities to use the DX.
Yes.
So another agendas, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Roy, for coming here, and really it was wonderful talking with you today.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, this is our first public conversation, but we had many of those, I would say, in private. So I'm glad that a broader audience can hear as well. So, and looking forward maybe to see what Public Innovation Lab is going to accomplish in coming times, and we will definitely follow that. Yeah. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.